Greetings, Royal Queens and Kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show here in Queen City. Well, listen here, we have got a lot for you to be entertained and informed by. And first and foremost, we want to say prayers up to Tamar Braxton, prayers up to Lil Nas X. Not really sure what's going on. However, these two big time celebrities, big names. And when you think about Tamar Braxton, we always think about Tony Braxton, which is the eldest sister that definitely paved the way and opened up the door for the sisters to thrive in a business that to be able to still be relevant in, whether if it's music or television or being on tour and things like that. So that applies to Lil Nas X as well. He's out here, and someone caught him on video, and he was underdressed. I'll say that just to be polite to the family. Um, but yeah, there's a lot going on in the world, and we have a lot to discuss. We do have a special guest, but you got to stick around. We'll be right back. All right. So, listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Okay, listen here. We have a great lineup for you tonight as far as topics. But we also have a co host tonight. Carbon Forge is actually one of my friends, a longtime friend. We actually met in school. And so we're going to be here tonight. I'm going to read the stories. Carbon is going to jump in whenever it is necessary to land a point. Okay. So introducing to the stage, Carbon Forge.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hello. And thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you. Really, I do.
No problem.
Yes. So quick question. Do you know anything about these topics, and what are your thoughts on, you know, drug usage, and abuse, and also experiencing a night out and with a friend that may be too lit, or may be intoxicated, or maybe even try some substances? Have you ever found yourself in those situations? And how are you going to show up for us today? Carbon Forged.
Yes, I have well, I hadn't really read up on them, but I've seen videos. But I seen a little Nas X video. Um, Very underdressed, cowboy boots. I really didn't understand what he was saying at the time,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know if it was under the influence. If it were, I don't condone in that type of, you know, druggery. I stick to my herbs. Uh, but coming from where I am, my brother has done that type of things before. But you know, that's just their life. If they want to continue doing that, that's them. If they want help, get that help. As far as Tamar, I really didn't read up on that either. But I mean, my prayers are to her and her family. They've been through a lot since the passing of their, I think, what, middle sister.
Yeah, Miss Tracy.
Yes,
In peace to Tracy.
and it's a lot, So my prayers are for the Braxton family. And yeah, I mean, as far as having a friend who's very lit and all that, I've had experiences. I really had to just stay back and let them do them, because you never know how they're gonna lash out.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'll tell them how they were the next day, and see if that comes to the sense where, hey, I need to chill out when I'm out and about. Take a few sips, but don't get too drunk. You know, and
Mhm.
I haven't been drunk but that much before in my life, so I don't
Well,
expect.
you've taken care of me when we were out,
Oh yeah, for sure.
in the past, in the past.
Yes, in the past, a very long past ago. Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? I look back on some of those days and I'm just like, I'm pretty blessed, to actually have a friend that would, you made sure I made it home. You made sure I made it in the house. You made sure
Hmm.
you didn't leave until,
I
I
see a
was,
light on or something.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or shoot, if you needed to, if you didn't feel like driving back,
Yeah, you had a little place for me to stay overnight, so.
hmm. So, I mean, I appreciate. So, when it comes to like celebrities and things like that, do you feel like they have genuine friends like what we have?
Um, I would say some do, some don't. Some have been there before they became famous. I mean, fame may change that person, but you're not the one who's famous. You don't get to, basically feed off of them for that fame and that money. But you're not the one that's famous. That your friend is. You're supposed to be there to support that friend, not
Mhm.
leech onto them.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I asked that is because Funky Dineva and Tamar Braxton, and shout out to Queen Sheba Darling. She's actually here on YouTube. She made a very important point because she said, like, I want to say in March, April, May, no, May, June, July. Okay, so in May she did I think I want to say May she did a video about Tamar and Funky Dineva. And I didn't know this piece of history until I watched her live. And pretty much she said that remember when Tamar had did that interview with Nene Leakes? I don't know if you caught it, but some people, y'all out there, y'all might remember it. But it was the live. I mean, it was the interview, and no shade, but Tamar's wig was like pushed way back. It was given her ceiling was missing. You know, and no shade, Tamar, I love you down, but yeah, it was that interview, and so she had something set up with Funky Dineva, but she kind of put him on the back end, like what I'm saying, Nene. She was over there doing her thing with Nene, and Queen Sheba made a point of, when it comes to studio time for content creators, it can get pretty expensive, when you're, out and I mean, this is a celebrity guest. So you want to take it up a notch. Like if we had a celebrity guest come here, hey baby, we're gonna switch studios. We won't be here, but we will be in a different studio to give that celebrity a nice view. We want them to be comfortable and just the atmosphere and the education that's going to come behind it. And not even only the conversations that we could build on. So I'm really big on, locations and things like that. So let's go ahead and get into the article. So, Lil Nas X, the stage name of Montero Lamar Hall, Hill, I'm sorry, is an American singer, rapper, songwriter born near Atlanta, Georgia in 1999. He dropped out of the University of West Georgia after 1 year to pursue music. In 2019, his country rap song "Old Town Road" went viral, becoming the longest running number one song. Okay, let's see. So I want to jump right into this. So it says the number one longest running, longest number one song in Billboard Hot 100 history. His 2021 debut album, Montero, included the hits Industry Baby and Montero. Call Me By Your Name. Oh, all right now. Now listen here. We're going to go ahead and bring this article up so we all can read this together. And this is for information, educational purposes only. All right, so let's get into this right here. It's deep. So, trigger warning to all those that are watching. All right, let's see. So, I'll go ahead and read the article as soon as it loads up. Okay. So, the article reads Lil Nas X roams LA street in tidy whities, hospitalized for possible OD. All right, so the video is still loading. I think I just want to read the article. How about that? All right, Lil. All right.
Want to learn how to create these amazing
What is that?
hyper-realistic AI avatar videos? Look no further, because in 1 minute I'm gonna show you how to create your very own AI avatar video, and we'll be using Veed Simple Online Video Editor
What is
to
that
make this
doing?
happen. To generate
Why
your
are they-
spokesperson within the editor, head over to Elements in the sidebar menu to find a list of over 50 AI avatars to choose from for your video.
One moment, you all. Oh, oh Lord. I hate to see our people like that. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so the article reads, I'll just try to read as much as I can. Our sources say others in, let's see. All right, where does this article start? Right here, I believe. Lil Nas X is hospitalized after a bizarre scene in LA. He was strolling down the middle of a major street early Thursday morning, wearing only his underwear and cowboy boots. It goes on to say TMZ Hip Hop obtained video of the Old Town Road rapper nearly naked and floating aimlessly down Ventura Boulevard at 4 a.m. Someone driving past him recorded Nas, who repeatedly pointed at the camera and muttered something about heading to a party. At one point, he placed an orange traffic cone on his head. Now listen here, this is the photo that they captured, and he was over in front of Lala's. Now, get into this. Our sources say others in the Studio City area noticed Lil Nas and thought the whole thing was weird enough to report it to police. As it turns out, several people in the area had reported to LAPD that they saw a nude man walking in the road. Now, we're told officers responded and found him still walking down the middle of the road. And after Nas charged at officers, they subdued him and put him in handcuffs. Officers told paramedics it was a possible overdose, and Nas was transported to a hospital. Law enforcement sources tell us Nas could still face charges, but for now he's still getting treated at the hospital. Y'all, let's prayers up. We've reached out to his reps, but so far, no word back. Listen, this is nothing to. And I noticed that some people were out there, kind of making a mockery or, thought that this was just something to laugh at. I get that you may be caught by surprise and, like, is this a joke? And then you got to think about Lil Nas X, when he comes out. But remember when he had the pregnant belly and he was, I mean, sometimes you have to think outside the box when it comes to like the younger generation, because sometimes they'll catch you off guard with a prank or a skit, or, this is like a new trend, or this is a TikTok challenge. You just never know what's going to happen. So in this case, they're saying that he charged at officers. He was walking down the boulevard, charged at officers. They had to subdue him, put him in handcuffs, and he's getting the mental help that he needs first, and then they'll see about the charges afterwards. Um, what are your thoughts? Carbon Forge, what are your thoughts, hon?
I just think he really needs to get some help. I feel like people in the industry, they take substance abuse, you know,
Lightly.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the people that's in around surrounding them, are, I feel like they're forcing that on them. And I feel like that's just not right for me. But if they're basically tempted, because if they don't, if they don't take that drug, oh, we can cut this off of you. You can, take this away from you. And I feel like this is, I don't know if it's a publicity stunt or what. I don't know. You never know. Because we don't know the possibility if it's an OD or him just acting out how he acted, So we never
Mm-hmm.
know.
You
That's my
know,
thought.
when I think about it, because, we're going to go into Tamar next, but this is my thing. When you are a celebrity, it does shift perspectives. It does shift loyalty, trust. I mean, when you have success and you have a bank account, allegedly, that's full of money, you'll find that people will know, like, hey, I wouldn't do this, or I wouldn't, allow my child or myself to get involved in this. But, I mean, I'm able to get into the parties. I mean, I'm able to hang out with a celebrity. I'm able to, eat for free. I mean, people love free. Okay. That's in general. And I think that people need to have, people in place that are going to have their best interest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you really find out that money talks and everything else walks. So I think you said earlier where, people enable addicts, and that's totally true. Um, Instead of putting them down, let's put them in the hands of help. Let's make sure we're making, you know, as much as effort as some people like to put them down, put the effort in helping them, you know. And a lot of people, they're not really understanding. I know here in Tulsa, they're taking the homeless people up off the streets. They have this plan. And so following the plan and um really stand to what really matters. And, help is available, it's out there. And I don't understand. For me, I just understand, why don't these celebrities get into like therapy and counseling and stuff? Like, y'all have the money, y'all have the resources, like, because it's a HIPAA. If you don't go like to somebody in the industry, like go to somebody and, confidentiality. Get your confidentiality. Make sure you have that on your persons or in a lockbox or something like that. You know, I mean, I've lost so many family and friends to certain things of that nature. And so it just kind of hits home. Would you agree? Um,
Yes, I would agree. I feel like they should get outside resources instead of like celebrity, um, counselors and therapies and all this stuff. I feel like they should get outside resources that actually follow the rules of confidentiality.
Hmm. Well, and not, taking it all over the place, but even when the guy that said that, made allegations towards Tyler Perry, he was mentioning that, he was in therapy and, certain things were leaked and of that nature. Um, so prayers out to all affected. Now, listen here. Our next on the docket is Tamar Estine Braxton. Get into it. She's an American singer, songwriter, actress, and television personality who specializes in contemporary R&B. Braxton started her career in 1990 as a founding member of the R&B group The Braxtons with her sisters. The group released their debut album So Many Ways in 1996. Before this handing shortly. Okay, not really sure what's going on there, but we're going to go ahead and see if this article will go ahead and pull up. So, this particular article states Tamar Braxton almost died after waking up in a pool of blood with fractured nose and missing teeth. My question is, where's Tamar's teeth? Okay, we're going to move that one out. Okay, so it's not letting me click on this for some reason. Not really sure. Okay. Carbon Forge, are you still there with me?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. So listen, what do you think about that? Like, she's out having fun. She wakes up in a pool of blood, nose injury, missing teeth. Where are her teeth? If you are an investigator, you walking in on the scene, what are your thoughts?
To find the teeth,
Yes.
depending on how she fell, I mean, you might as well go toward the word, where she fell at or anything like that. But that's scary. But where was she at? That's the thing. Who was she with? Was she at
Mm.
home? Was she out and about? Like, how do you wait? How do you just wake up in a pool of blood with no one surrounding you?
But listen, this is why I see it, with you and I, and we've had this conversation. Well, we discussed this a little bit ago, but even like in my days of drinking, right? In my days of drinking, and I asked you the question, have you ever had to take care of me? And what that consisted of was you driving. I remember it was one time um, I had called you and I don't think your finances was like there. And I was like, well, I'll just pay for us. Like, you just come up, I'll give you gas, and I'll make sure you have a good time. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? Like, you your car, and then you drove my car. Do you ever remember that?
I Daughter, I just don't smoke so much weed is my mind
Oh,
is
no, fried, died, and laid to the side. Okay,
right.
but it's okay. But you were very responsible. And one thing that I wanted to say was like, yeah, I mean, it's like with the way that you made me feel in those moments, like making sure I got back, and it was like a vice versa, and
Yeah,
you didn't
calling
really
each
do
other, make
anything
sure
like
we got
starting
home.
off.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, all that. So it was always like call and check on your strongest point. And there's been times where, you didn't heard my deepest, darkest secrets, and hey, I didn't heard yours. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's about real friendship and who has your best interests. And this is like we met in what, like 2011, maybe 2010,
No, 2009.
2009. Oh Lord, that
Yeah,
was a long
Job
time
Corps.
ago. Yeah, period.
Yeah.
Jared. Yes, I miss Child Corps. All
Hello,
right. So
Job
listen.
Corps. But yeah, they done shut down.
Let's go closer.
Let's go Tulsa Job Corps. That's
Oh
crazy.
my
They done shut
goodness.
down all the Job Corps though.
I know. You know what? I'm
That's
gonna
crazy.
have
That's wrong.
yeah. We need to have a conversation about that very, very, very soon. Like
Yes.
soon. So get into this. Tamar Braxton gets candid on recent near-death experience after waking up in a pool of blood. Yes, she did. Let's get into it. Tamar Braxton says she recently had a near death experience on Tuesday. She took to Instagram to share that she's recovering from a traumatic moment that left her with multiple injuries. She posted an Instagram story with a piano version of influenced music and Michael Ketter's song Spirit Lead Me playing to announce what she's facing. What happened to Tamar Braxton? Braxton began the PSA by saying that her social circle has been trying to reach her, but she almost lost her life. She also says, I struggle to write this, but everyone keeps calling me honest and honestly. I can't even really talk anymore. I'm so weak. She shared, I almost died Sunday. I was found in a pool of blood from my friend with a face injury. The 48-year-old noted that she is still in a ton of pain. Which areas of her body were affected by the accident, as well as how the event has forever changed her outlook on life. As the days go by, the worse it is. I fractured my nose, lost some teeth and mobility. She explained the way I look at life now is totally different. Braxton concluded her post by asking her fans and the public to lift her up in prayer as she begins her recovery process. As my health is on the mend, my mental journey just my as my health is on the mend, my mental journey begins. Pray for me for real. She asked her fans. I don't even know what happened to me. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it respectfully. I have been roofied before. And this is with was I thought that was a friend. She had invited me over. We're just gonna have drinks. We're just gonna chill, baby. Yeah, she made the drinks. I wasn't really up to par and watching people pour your drinks and things like that. Um, so we're drinking, and that's all I remember. I remember I woke up with her and some white man and me being exposed. I couldn't tell you what happened. Like, okay, I'm just drinking, right? That's the only thing I remember is just I was just drinking. I don't remember anything after that. Only thing I remember is waking up on the floor, exposed. What are your thoughts?
I don't think you ever told me that story before. I think you have before, but I that's yeah, that just went over my head. But that's crazy. I couldn't imagine going through that at all, especially being roofied drugged with a drink that you know trusted this person to make your drink, and that distrust came from her, you know, roofing you and basically graping or whatever. It don't matter. It molesting, graping, whatever. I don't know. It's wrong, and I can't fathom going through that at all. I wouldn't be able to recover from that if that was to happen to me at all. I've heard stories of people who are like me who's been through that before, and I couldn't I couldn't imagine.
Check this out. So, um, Funky Dineva party with Tamar Braxton the night before her health scare. A friend of the Braxtons and media personality Quentin Latham, better known as Funky Dineva, spoke on the news that Braxton shared since he was with her the night prior to celebrate his birthday in Atlanta. I don't know what happened to that lady. He explained in a YouTube video. We went out Saturday night. We went out to the Roof Chris. We ate. We had a good time. She was like, let's turn up for your birthday. We went down to the V12. Shout outs to Vinny Watson. That's his name, Vinny Watson. And all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw. Okay, so let's take a look right quick. Okay, it's got music on it. I can mute this. So hold on, give me one moment. I can mute it and then we can still play it. All right. So look, are you able to hear that music?
No.
Okay, good. So this is Tamar Braxton. She's with the owner, and then that's Funky Dineva in the back with the hoodie on.
Okay. Yeah, I know Vinny.
He's with the restaurant owner, and guess what? She's in the front like it's her birthday. Listen, this was his birthday.
Right.
Who birthday you think it? Who birthday does it look like it is? Who look like they celebrating the birthday?
Tamar. But
Listen here,
knowing they could have been side by side,
but
but
listen, brother, whose birthday did it look like they were celebrating?
it was Tamar's. It looked like it was Tamar's. And I mean, he all the way in the back, behind him. I mean, he was showing a little bit, but he wasn't all up in the front with her and him.
But Tamar Braxton was hand in hand with the owner of the club.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I feel
Right.
like, maybe she ruined his birthday. Maybe if she didn't come, then when it was time for the Sparklies to come out and him to do his, grand march, you know what I'm
Grand
saying?
entrance, because that's what he does. That's what Vinny does with people who come through the club, either it's the birthday or them just popping up. But I
Yeah.
mean, did it say happy birthday in the video or
But
anything? Or
people,
did they, huh?
they had like those signs. So
Uh-huh.
like the bottle girls,
Yeah.
so the bottle girls is out, and then they got the signs and stuff. And then this is what I wanted to point out. Like she's in the front, he's in the back. He's just like, okay, I'm over it already.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to celebrate his birthday, but he felt like she came and took his birthday.
Yeah,
Could you see
take the
that?
whole shine. Yeah.
That's just like it's your birthday, right? Because your birthday is coming up. So
Mm-hmm.
you invite me and I be the Tamar there. Well, how are you feeling? Sound off.
I'll feel jealous like a motherfucker. Like, this is my birthday.
Hmm.
Why are you up in
And
the
you
front
would
for?
and you would have every right. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I mean, at the same time, I know Vinny and Tamar, they got a history. They, she goes by there all the time, every once in a while, whatever like that. But this is that other person's day. You see, he all the way in the back. Like you can't see him at all. Like you can see him between them, but at the same time, he should be in the front.
To be honest, he looks like security.
Right, like a
He
bodyguard.
looks like security. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
definitely
definitely
a
giving he's
bodyguard type of
security.
vibe. Like, yeah, I understand you and Tamar got a thing, but you knew that it was that other person's birthday. He should have been in the front.
Look, look.
Oh,
Now get
now he
into
want to get.
this.
I see. Look, play it.
Oh my god.
Oh, now he all happy and whatnot. Well, he gonna fake it off for sure.
But see,
He definitely.
he had to switch that
Yeah, he
energy.
had to switch that mood up a little bit because I know some people probably catched it in the back.
Baby,
So yeah,
it's given, it's given.
it's giving Gemini. Okay,
I am.
Two
Oh, and I think
Face.
he's is. Are we still in Leo season? We're still in Leo season, right? I think it's
Yeah, it's no.
or
I think
Virgo,
either Leo. Yeah, Leo,
Leo or
because it's
Virgo
still
season coming up.
August.
Oh, that's I don't know. When it comes to like Leos, they're really big on like no. It's like because it's their season. Like with the Leos. I mean, shout out to
They're
the Leos
lions.
out there.
They're lions. So yeah, yo, they like that roar. You know,
Uh-huh.
they want to be the center of attention,
Mhm.
and he wasn't that
And
center of attention, and that yeah.
it was a lot. Now get into this. Okay, is that the end of?
I don't think so. It probably is, but yeah, that's her boyfriend. So okay, so like not together.
See, it's given. He's just the friend that just came to the party. You see what I'm
It
saying?
might be
It's given. He's just the friend. Yeah, but no, this
because
is
she
his
said let's turn
birthday.
up and go to V12 or something like that. I don't think he even
Mm-hmm.
said anything about going to V12. She said let's turn up or whatever. So they
Celebrate
went to
his
the
party.
club. Yeah.
But listen, this is my thing, Carbon Forge. My thing is if I'm saying, hey, I'm coming into town and we gonna turn up, well, when the owner grabs me, I'm gonna look to the left or to the right and grab your because you coming with. It is
Right.
your birthday. Come with me. Like you
That's the
grabbing
thing.
me and I'm
She
grabbing you.
had her hand in his hand, but I felt like he was dragging back a little bit, maybe. But at the same time, they were walking fast too.
But no, I'm gonna make it make known that
Yeah,
oh, like no, we got hold on, stop right quick, boo. Do we got a problem? Come on, this is your birthday. Come on. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how I would have
that's
handled
what
the
a friend would
situation.
have done. Yeah,
Yeah, like no, I'm here celebrating with my friend. This is my friend's birthday. Let's give my friend, the grand treatment. Let's do give my friend the
exactly,
grand march. Give my friend the grand entrance, the chaperone or whatever you call it, get the chauffeur.
give them
Chauffeur my
the
friend
bottle
right on,
service, all that.
yeah, and pump them bottles up.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pump my friend up. You know what I'm saying? This your birthday, boo. I'm here to support you. Now order me some wings and all of that, and I'll be sitting over here and baby, order your food and do your thing.
Period.
But it's about you having a good time. All right. So yeah, those were some just some topics that really bothered me. So to kind of sum it all up, Carbon Forge, let's go ahead and give our closing remarks on. Okay, so the first topic was, um, it was who was the first topic? It
Lil
was the
Nas
Lil
X.
Nas. Yeah. So just okay. So closing remarks. What would you say to him, and maybe just that overall situation?
I would, if I were his friend, I would tell him to get some help immediately. Again, my prayers go out to him and his family. Um, I just hope that he gets the help that he needs and keeps, flourishing, making music. And that's it for that topic. As far as Tamar, same. My prayers go out to her family, and family and friends herself. Um, just take care of yourself. Never, if you're going out and about, don't look away from your drinks. Just keep your hand in your drink. Matter of fact, and keep it by your side, by your person, to your chest or something, because you never know who's going to want to jeopardize your life. So that's my take on it.
Those are some great points. So I'll start with Lil Nas X first as well. So Lil Nas X, if you are out there listening, I say yeah, help is available. Make sure you get it as soon as possible. And even if you have to take a break or for a moment or whatever to gather yourself, it's okay to do that. To step away. I'm not really sure. What's really going on, but your mental health is first. And if you're not mentally there, you're not going to be able to mentally deliver to us in the way that you would when you're in your element. Because when you're depressed and things like that, and that's just, I don't know what led to that, but I've suffered through it, and I know kind of how that feels. So, oh, let's definitely get the help that
Bless
you
you.
deserve. Thank you. And also to Tamar Braxton, yes, definitely reevaluate your friends, but also put that drink down. Put that drink down and focus on you, your career, your son. And I just kind of feel like since the last time that you were in a situation and, you know, your ex David and how that was going, I kind of feel like you're still going through the motions of that mixed with um still getting back out there, still being known, still being relevant. But I think the people would rather see you getting the help that you need. I mean, as you're on social media letting us know that you prep now and things like that. I think that maybe a journey of just Tamar just just really standing in accountability, you know, and no amount of money that you have will give you the peace that you are seeking. So definitely seek out the help that you deserve. And prayers to you. I pray that you figure out what happened. Um, and I just want you to move different. You just gotta cut like just focus on you, Tamar. Just everybody else out the picture, like just focus on you, just ground yourself. Would you be okay if I dropped the link and maybe somebody could come up and maybe add to it or maybe ask a question? Or actually, we could let them sound off in the comments because this is like something new. Yeah. So listen, if you guys like this commentary, if you like my special guest, Carbon Forge, which is here, my brother is supporting me for years. Okay. He is definitely in my corner and definitely pushing me into my greater purpose. And Carbon, I definitely want to thank you for coming by as well today. And yeah, you want to say bye, so long or see you later or aloha to the people
So
before we take
long,
out?
farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now until we meet again.
All right.